Trump tried to have Mueller fired in June 2017. Mr. Trump directed White House counsel Don McGahn to tell the then acting Attorney General that Mr. Mueller had conflicts of interest and must be removed, the report said. Mr. McGahn refused to carry out Mr. Trump's order to fire Mr. Mueller for fear of being seen as triggering another Saturday night massacre. The report also said there was substantial evidence that Mr. Trump fired James Comey as FBI director in 2017 due to his unwillingness to publicly state that the president was not personally under investigation. After Mr. Comey disclosed the Trump campaign probe to Congress, Mr. Trump repeatedly asked White House counsel Don McGahn to intervene with the Justice Department. Mr. Trump brought up the Russia investigation to National Intelligence Director Daniel Coats several times, but Mr. Coats told him it was not his job to get involved in investigations. The report said Mr. Trump directed former campaign manager Corey Lewandowski to ask former Attorney General Jeff Sessions to say the Russia investigation was very unfair. Donald Jr. and WikiLeaks. The president's son, Donald Trump Jr., had direct contact with WikiLeaks during the presidential campaign period, the report said. WikiLeaks sent Mr. Trump Jr. a password to access the website PutinTrump.org and told campaign staff he successfully used the password. WikiLeaks asked Mr. Trump Jr. to tweet a link to Clinton staffer John Podesta's emails, and 4 days later he tweeted the link. The report determined there was a reasonable argument that Mr. Trump Jr. violated campaign finance laws, but Mueller's team did not believe they could obtain a conviction. Michael Flynn and the Russian ambassador Mr. Mueller cited some evidence suggesting Mr. Trump knew about former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn's controversial calls with the Russian ambassador before Mr. Trump took office, but evidence was inconclusive and could not be used to establish intent to obstruct. Mr. Flynn told investigators that Mr. Trump made requests to find deleted Hillary Clinton emails repeatedly. Ms. Clinton was Mr. Trump's Democratic challenger for the presidency in the 2016 U.S. election. Mr. Flynn told investigators that he subsequently contacted multiple people in an effort to obtain missing Clinton emails. No crime, no exoneration. Mr. Mueller's investigation did not conclude President Donald Trump committed a crime but also did not exonerate him. Lawyers were unable to reach a decision on obstruction and they did not make a traditional prosecution decision. The investigation did not find enough evidence to charge any Trump campaign official as an unregistered agent of the Russian government. While the investigation identified numerous links between individuals with ties to the Russian government and individuals associated with Mr. Trump's campaign, there was not sufficient evidence to support criminal charges. Mr. Trump's legal team said the results of the Mueller investigation were a total victory for the president. Why wasn't Trump subpoenaed? Prosecutors did not subpoena Mr. Trump because it would create a substantial delay at a late stage in the investigation, the report says. It accepted the long-standing Justice Department view that a sitting president may not be indicted as part of legal analysis for obstruction. Mr. Mueller believes he had authority to subpoena Mr. Trump, despite not doing so. The special counsel viewed Mr. Trump's written answers to be inadequate and considered subpoena but decided not to pursue it. The Mueller report can be read in full here. Reuters.